Yes, yes, yes. We back up in here. And again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the King and I Life podcast. I am Son Soul Lex, and this is my brother.
So touch of the poet up in this joint
And Miss Phoenix, she's in the wing somewhere.
somewhere out there.
We're gonna hold it down for her until she get back on deck.
Yes, yes, yes.
Again, you guys can reach us on all major podcast platforms. We are on YouTube, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, Facebook. We are here. So again, holler at us if you would like to be a guest on the show or you got a topic you want to chop up for you. But coming back to the subject of personal protection when it comes down to firearms, or like we say here in the South, flashlights.
That's what that is. Oh my.
When we left off, Soul Toucher was talking about people who like to flash their guns. Um, I think that's a very unwise thing to do, simply because I've seen people, like you said, get their ass whooped and their gun taken
Mm.
because they feel like just because I got this gun, that's enough to deter someone from, trying me. When all actuality, there's some cats out here who don't give a damn because you got a gun.
Yep.
I seen a guy one night at a nightclub. Unfortunately, um, he got into a dispute in the club. Club ends. Um, he pulls his gun, lets off a few rounds in the air, and the next thing you know, someone runs up on him and knocked his ass out and took his gun. So I'm like, now that was the dumbest shit to do right there. Why would you pull your gun, shoot it in the air? Supposedly, I'm guessing as a warning, don't try me. But then the next thing you know, your ass is
Right.
you knocked out, son.
Mm-hmm.
So again, flashing your gun don't mean shit to certain people. Whether they just that wild or they just don't give a damn, I don't know. I can't tell you. But anytime I see someone flash their gun or pull their gun out, I'm very cautious about them.
Mm-hmm.
Very cautious. Because one, if you're a scary motherfucker, which there are some out there who will pull their shit and shoot just because they are just as scared of getting their ass whooped. And then there are some people who, they're letting you know this is a warning. Don't make me pull this because I will flash my flashlight.
Mm.
And then there are others who actually have it and they can't wait to pull that motherfucker. They can't wait to aim that flashlight.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's why I don't flash my shit. I've
Mm-mm.
never been that type.
Never.
It's so funny. My father taught me how to use a gun a long time ago. But he also taught me, that only reason he really used his gun is to protect his own home.
Yeah.
And, it was understood if I'm not here, you are the man of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So he showed me where his gun is, how to use it. And it was funny. One night he had and came home early, unbeknownst to any of us. He was coming. So I hear some shit on the outside. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man.
I'm thinking, your father told you what to do. You know what to do. Go do it. So I go get his gun. Safety's off. I sneak around the backside of the house. And thank God I didn't aim it or anything like that. I kind of looked. I'm like, I wonder is that my dad? So I snuck up. Sure enough, it was my dad. I'm like, dude, you can't be doing that shit, man. You can't be coming around this house unannounced like that.
Right. Can't be
We
doing that.
laughed about it, but he was like, "Yeah, you did the right thing. You did the
Mm.
right thing." But at the same time, people who have guns tend to use them to protect themselves and their property.
Yeah. 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 And that's a perfect segue into personal protection in the home. Um, like I said, I got about 9 tools in this house, and um, I I kind of um, I kind of debate with myself where I should keep a loaded one for just in case. Not that it's
Hmm.
likely, but just in case.
Right.
Um, I was keeping it under my mattress, under my pillow, which is the wrong place to place a firearm, ladies and gentlemen. Never put a firearm under your pillow, okay? Never put a firearm under your pillow, okay? I'm gonna say it one more time. Never put a firearm under your pillow. I need to stress that because people out there doing it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
don't do it. Um, I stopped doing that, and I keep it in arm's reach where I could just roll over, pull it out the holster. Yes, it's in a holster, and it's in arm reach where I can pull out a holster. The reason why I have it in a holster and not just out is because when I grab that gun in that holster, I have time to assess the situation while I'm getting that ready. So, um, if people don't understand what I'm saying is you don't want to grab your gun, point, and then start shooting. You want to be
Yeah.
able to pull it out, assess the situation, make sure you shooting at the right thing, shooting in the right direction, and you're not having any accidents. Um, I was at a point where I had at least 2 or 3 of them loaded. Um, I stopped doing that because my retarded ass, I have a 12 gauge shotgun and I have it in my closet. And one time I was doing something with it and I happened to rack it and a shell came out. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot this was loaded. Took all the shells out because I was like, because I was going to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
But um, since then, I don't keep that loaded. I keep 1 or 2 of them loaded, but only one accessible. I don't know how laws are down there as far as protecting yourself with a firearm in your home. Um, I vaguely, well, not vaguely, from what I understand up here in Maryland, you cannot shoot someone unless your life is literally in danger. Like someone has to be literally coming at you and you have no way to escape. And that's when it's okay to shoot them. From what I'm understanding, I'm telling you this. If you come in my goddamn house, your ass getting shot. Period. Period. Because for one, if I did not open that door for you, you should not be in my damn house. Period. If you come in my house, I'm going to look at you as a threat to my life. And you will be shot as if you were a threat to my life. Let it be known, you will be shot as if you were a threat to my life. Take it how you want.
Okay. So my thing is this, right? Like back in the day, I used to keep my flashlight or various flashlights around the house. I wouldn't put the clip in them, but I would have a clip right there by them so I could load up right quick. But now I'm at a place where I feel that has to be my last, very last resort. So
Mm-hmm.
I do have, security systems and all kinds of shit around my house.
Right.
So whatever window or door you think your ass want to come in, some type of goddamn alarm's going off.
Right.
So if that alarm goes off, I hope your ass is gone.
You better be going.
You better be gone, because at that point, that's my last resort right there. I'm not gonna go see what's going on and then come back and get my gun or my flashlight. Pardon me. I'm gonna have my flashlight with me when I hear that damn alarm go off. And my alarm system tell me what door, what window, whatever is telling me what's going off. So I'm
Right.
going directly to that spot where that damn alarm is showing me it's going off.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I hope your ass is gone by then. But um, I try to keep all of my firearms secured now. Reason being because I have a younger member of my family in my home.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
the
Glad you brought
last
that
thing
up.
I need is
Glad you brought that up.
an accident. So all my shit is locked up. All my shit is secure because I just feel like I don't need any accidents
Mm-hmm.
taking place in my home.
Right.
Not with a flashlight, I don't.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people are just ignorant and reckless of the fact that kids are curious. And regardless if kids are curious or not, your firearm should always be in a place where an unauthorized person can get to it. I don't care if it's a kid. I don't care if it's your little kid, your older kid, your spouse, girlfriend, friend, neighbor, whatever. Your stuff should not be accessible to anybody who should not be handling it, or you don't want them handling it. There's been too many cases around the world where a child gets a hold of the firearm and either shoots themselves, shoots their sibling, shoots their friend, or ends up shooting their parent because that firearm was in a place where they could get to it and it was not properly secured, meaning it did not have a trigger lock on it. It did not have it had a loaded magazine in it. It had one in the chamber. Um, whatever the case may be, or that adult probably had that firearm around the child, and sometimes, and I hate to say it, people are handling these firearms around kids as if it's a joke, and that is the wrong thing to do. um I remember one time I was sitting in the living room, me, my stepdaughter, her mother, and my youngest son, and I had one of my guns on the living room table, because I was about to do something with it. And she reached her hand and put her hand on it. I grabbed her wrist and I was about to break it. I said, "Don't you ever touch a gun in my house." And I'm sitting right there. It's like, nah, you cannot, you cannot leave these items in the reach of children who don't know better. Now, my youngest son, I've taken him to the range. He shot my 380, he shot my 9 millimeter, he shot my 40, he shot my 45, he shot my AR-15, he shot my 22 rifle. So I am confident he knows how to utilize and manipulate a firearm, but I would never, ever, ever, ever leave him and a firearm unattended. Stepdaughter, no, you ain't touching it because you just no, nah. We not. I'm not. No, hell no. But it's too many situations to where people get a hold of firearms, and I'm not gonna call it an accident. It's negligent discharge. It should not. That should not happen.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many situations where people have lost their lives. Again, situations where you have a young person, they're looking at this gun, they honestly think it's a toy. For some of them, they just don't know any better. So, as the adult, you are the one who's supposed to make sure, again, that your firearm is secure, it has a trigger lock on it,
Mm-hmm.
that it's not loaded, so on and so forth. Again, like I said, I make sure all of mine are way out of sight, way up high, and very, very secure.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing about it is, if a young person goes through something like that, whether they knew what they're doing or especially if they didn't know what they're doing, again, it's something that they have to carry for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
There have been countless of situations where a young person has killed, again, their one of their parents or a friend or a relative because they thought a gun was a toy.
Mm-hmm. Or they didn't think it was loaded.
Right. And there's so many situations where again we're living in an age where you see so much violence on TV, so much in the movies. I mean, it's damn near everywhere. So you have this child who just see, these things on television thinking, it's just a game. It's not. A firearm is a very serious thing to have in your possession.
Mm-hmm.
And you just definitely have to be smart about what and how you use those tools, how you secure them.
Yeah. And then outside of that, you have these jokers who are on, social media, whether they're recording themselves or recording other people, and they're hyping it up as if, hey, this is cool. Um, and they're following behind that. Oh, you know what? Oh, this joker did this on social media. I saw this video, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and it's like, come on, man. That stuff is just too much out there. So it's hey, it's the social media age, and people are soaking this nonsense up and want to do the same thing that's being done out there, and that's the wrong thing. Um, but there are other methods of personal protection. I got several knives that are like 5, 6 inches long. I got another collapsible asp in my house. I got two of them. So, one I usually keep in the car, one I usually keep in the house. Um, what else do I have? I have a few items in the house that I can use for personal protection, but my first line of defense is usually, hey, my security system. Um, I'm not a real heavy sleeper, so um, yeah, if you creeping in the house, it's gonna be a problem for you. Um, but yeah, yeah, it's just a trip out there.
I mean, there are so many situations where people, especially here in the South, man, having a gun is damn near like having a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like in Texas, for my relatives who kick it in Texas, they said guns is like damn near. If you ain't got your wallet, you ain't got your gun.
Right. It's like an
So
accessory.
yeah, it's like they take it that serious out there. I mean, there's so many different directions you can go with that. Again, some people just love guns.
Hmm.
They have all kinds of guns and they find guns very amusing. And then there are people who are reckless with guns
Yeah.
or firearms, shall I say.
Yeah. Totally reckless.
But these young people who um, carry them for the sake of trying to be hard or prove that they're this and they're that, I think they're really wasting their time.
Hmm.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's going to be one of the fastest things to get your ass locked up is a gun,
Yeah.
especially when you down
Yeah.
underage or right there at the age where they can charge your ass as an adult.
Hmm. Yep. And people just don't they don't get it. They really do not get it. But um, overall, I think if people use common sense in their daily pursuits in life, I think a lot of this stuff should not be a big issue.
All right.
Um, but I think just people just overall need to be smart. And I hate to say that people are not smart these days. Um, and you know what? But again, I'll say this: a lot of people say guns are bad and this, that, and the other, but like anything else, it's not the item; it's the person who has the item. Um, a gun can't shoot itself. It takes a person to handle it and shoot it. And a lot of people try to say, "Well, that's different than a knife." It's like, nah, I can take a kitchen knife and kill somebody with a kitchen knife. Um, one of the I know this is kind of like off the topic a little bit, but I hate when people try to say try to make the comparison between rifles like AR-15s and stuff and pistols. Because to me, just to me, I fully comprehend that shooting an AR-15 at people or a person can have a greater impact as far as uh, destruction than a pistol. But the thing about that is, if you are well versed or even have some considerable amount of training or experience with a rifle and a pistol, you can probably do a fair amount of damage with a pistol, probably as much as you can do with a rifle. You know, one of the big arguments is, yeah, well, AR-15s have 30-round magazines and this, that, and the other. And it's like, you know what? I got a 30-round magazine for my Glock 19. you know, um, Even with the 15-round magazines that I have with my Glocks or whatever the case may be, a few well trained, bop, 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 15 times, drop, I'm back in it. It'll take me longer to do that with AR-15. But hey, who am I?
Yes, definitely. You gotta be aware of what you got in
Yeah.
certain situations. I will say this as far as the difference between handguns and rifles. Me personally, I don't have a preference.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it do what I need it to do, I don't give a damn.
Right.
Just some things are a little more easier to control than others. That's all. But I love long range uh, rifles just as much as I like a good ass um, steady gun that I can use and just lemon squeeze that bitch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But again, bringing it back around, these young people who are flashing these guns in these videos and things of that nature, I'm like, so how does this prove you're tough? Exactly.
Right. You got a tough song, tough lyrics, tough beat, and then you got a gun. Like, help me understand. I mean,
Yeah.
before I had common sense, I was like, yo, that's dope. Then I got common sense. I was like, you jackass. Like, why? What are you doing? Oh man.
Like nowadays, the only thing you're doing is giving the damn DA system fucking evidence to lock
Right.
your ass up. Like,
Yeah. Like you ain't supposed to, first of all, you ain't supposed to be around it, handle it, or anything like that, but you got it in your video.
mm-hmm.
Okay, genius. Now what? When you catch a case or whatever, oh, they always mess with the black man. No, dummy, you're a felon. Why are you doing that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
where's the common sense at?
Yeah.
Mm,
There is none. There is
none,
none.
none at all. None at all.
Come talking about it was just a prop. No, motherfucker, that ain't no
Mm-mm.
prop. People know the difference between what's real and what's fake.
Yeah, we're gonna prop your ass up in court and catch this other charge. Prop that. Now what? Holler at your boy later.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We'll show you a prop when Big Jody goddamn rubbing on your fucking
Mm-hmm.
shoulder and shit. Tell me
Giving
you
you
gonna
that.
drop that soap.
Giving you that thoing.
No,
Mm,
not gonna do that, cuz not gonna do
mm-mm.
that.
Nope. Don't you know no good? Mm-mm. I don't know nothing.
But there are some females who love guns just as much as males do, though,
Oh
for real.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. But hey, and you know what? I to a degree, and it's. I'm not saying it's all the way around the board. I think a lot more females are more responsible with firearms than some of these dudes are.
I could agree with that. Certain females, they just want them because they think that they're cute.
I want a girl gun. Like
Yeah.
what is a girl gun? It has to be cute, pink and purple and okay, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're not carrying around like jewelry or purse. It doesn't need to be all that. Like, come on, stop it.
Exactly.
You're killing me right now.
Not gonna do it.
Mm-mm.
And let me accessorize my damn gun with my
Right?
clothes. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
But you want Hello Kitty on it next? Man, oh
Well,
man. All right,
but
whatever. Oh man.
I think society really needs to look at guns um, with more understanding,
Yeah.
because there are so many people on the left and the right. Some are saying we need more guns, and some people are saying we need to take away guns. No one should have guns. And me personally, I don't give a damn what you got.
I don't give a
And
damn
just be
either.
responsible with that motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. The other part of that is people saying that civilians shouldn't have certain type of guns, um, which I think is ridiculous. Uh, because if you go back in history, um, there were only a few types of guns out there on the market, and it's not like it was a civilian gun and a military gun and a law enforcement gun. There were only a couple types of guns out there. Now, I will say, like the Gatling gun, that type of machine gun, when that first came out, of course, a civilian was not having that.
Right.
But those old Winchester rifles and the 357 revolvers and all that, everybody had one. I say that to say this: um, civilians are typically lawfully able to have whatever type of gun the military and law enforcement has, because that is the law. Um, so if you have a problem with that, then I guess you need to go somewhere else. Um, I will say this: I don't think civilians should have automatic rifles unless you go through the proper steps and procedures with the ATF and get, the proper credentials to
Right.
own an fully automatic weapon. Um, I thought about getting it, but I was like, I don't need that shit. Um, and I say that because one, I'm not ever going to be in a situation that I know of. I'm not ever going to be in a situation to where I'm going to need a fully automatic weapon. Two, I don't have the patience to go through the process. And three, it'll be a waste of goddamn money for me. A waste of money. If I want to fire an automatic weapon, I've been in uniform for long enough time to go to the range and be like, hey, I want to shoot that, or I want to shoot that, or I want to shoot this grenade launcher. I have access to shoot these things. I don't, and I don't shoot them that much as it is, so I don't need it. I don't think the average person needs it, because especially these jokers on the streets, because they don't even know what they don't know how to shoot them properly. Them
Right.
jokers just pull the trigger and let it go. No, you're not supposed to do that. 3 to 5 seconds, let the trigger go. These jokers is pulling the trigger and emptying a whole magazine. Nah, I can't. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is this, right? As someone who, let's say, admire guns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm obsessed with guns, by no means.
Right.
There are so many new technologies out that really, if you really want to know the truth, to make a gun look like they are ancient. There's some shit out here for real, especially when you're dealing with the military. I'm not gonna name anything, but there's some shit out here now. There's some real shit out here. But for the people who are, into the whole gun things or the flashlight thing, it's a forever changing world. There's always new advancements coming about. Handguns they're able to reach out a hell of a lot further than what they used to be. Like even 22s have come a long way. But
Yeah.
again, the thing that we're talking about is being responsible with these tools.
At the end of the day, that's the goal. That's the key.
Yes, sir. So again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the King and I Life podcast.
Yes,
I am Son Soul Lex, and this is my brother.
Soul Touch of the Poet in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Again, follow us on whatever podcast platform that you subscribe to. We are pretty much on all of them out there. Hit us up on all those social media channels. Again, King and I Life podcast. Hashtag that in your search bar on your browser. We'll pop up on several locations. Son Soul X.
And again, if you guys want to come on the show, or if you have some topic ideas, you guys can reach us at KINGANDEYE369@gmail.com. Again, that's KingandI369@gmail.com. And once again, we just thank you guys for tuning in and showing the love and support. How many countries are we in now?
Man, I don't know. I'm just gonna say like 50. I don't remember, but we are look, we worldwide, so we in a lot of places, so there's no reason why you can't find us. Check us out, follow us, support the channel. Hey, and definitely tune in to us live on Wednesdays, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Yes, sir. So until next time, everybody, peace.
Peace.